Go ahead, Byron.
Welcome, everyone, to the 2025 End of the Year podcast live on YouTube. We are gathered here by our esteemed podcast experts who are here to entertain us and talk about what happened on the podcast for the last year. We have our wrestling expert, Jacob Mason. How are you doing today?
Oh, fantastic, buddy. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Always happy to jump on the end of the year podcast. On YouTube, we are gathered here by our esteemed. We have our MHA expert, Andrea Alanis. How are you doing today? Talk about
Doing great. I'm excited to hear the results of everything, and of course, I know we're getting to this, but y'all have been doing this for 5 years, so I'm excited to see kind of what all shook out during y'all's 5th year with this podcast.
Awesome. We have our women's gymnastic expert, Sarah Bogan. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. I'm super glad it's the end of the year. Looking forward to turning the page and also celebrating everything we did as a crew this year.
Love it. We have our pop culture expert, Chelsea. How are you doing today?
I'm good. I broke a nail, so I'm a little bummed about that.
Aww.
But I'm glad to be here and celebrate with you guys.
We're happy you're here. We have our anime expert, Cedric. How are you doing today?
Man, I'm doing great, sir. I'm doing great. How are you?
Fantastic, man. Fantastic. And then last but not least, we have our moderator, Martin. How are you doing today?
Good, man. Best time of the year. Favorite podcast of the year. Excited to get this going and to celebrate people's achievements.
Perfect. I know we do have a video from one of our experts that wasn't been able to be here because he's on a cruise. But I know you have that video, Martin.
Yes, I do. One moment. It should be up, and let me share screen with all of y'all. All
Did
right.
he take this on the boat, or did he take this before the boat?
Before the boat.
Thank God, because I ain't trying to see this motherfucker on the ship.
All right. Here's a message from the Dragon Ball expert, Mitchell Oso, because yes, Cedric said he couldn't be here, but since it is the 5-year anniversary and he was the very first podcast, he wanted to make his presence felt. So here it is. As we play.
Hello everyone with the L7C.
I don't know if you're sharing sound because I can't hear the video.
One moment. Let's make sure we are sharing sound as well. Share that. Boom.
I don't know where this was shot, but that's a nice shoe rack back there. I like that shoe.
All right, now we should have sound going.
Speaking to you guys from afar, as you can tell, I am not with you guys today for the end of year podcast. I'm currently in warm Mexico right now, and just wanted to say congratulations to all of your efforts this year, and look forward to what everyone brings to the table for 2026. Martin is going to be sharing, if he hasn't already shared, the end of year stats. Just give a round of applause when you hear my name, as it's littered through the just how it works. Mason, Murray, everyone else. Congratulations. I will see you.
Not on a cruise next year.
All right, there you go. Message from Mitchell Oso, the Dragon Ball expert. Jacob, did you have anything you wanted to say to Mitch since, he said your name in it?
I'm upset because, who am I going to talk shit to? That's just me and Mitch's thing at the end of your podcast. We talk shit. So, This sucks. We need to do like a whole other episode of just me and Mitch talking shit, just doing filler.
I'll say, I mean, you can always talk shit to Byron. Well, Byron's too nice, so never mind. Yeah, actually, kind of
Byron's the
SOL.
nicest guy on the planet. No one talks shit to Byron. Never.
You're SOL.
You would be surprised.
You can talk shit to Chuck. He's a combat sports person too.
Is he here?
Yeah, he's in. He just jumped in.
Oh, what's up, Chuck?
What's up,
That
Chuck?
was good.
Oh man. All right, but yep, he wanted to make sure he did say something. He was bummed that he wasn't. That just the timing didn't work out. But all right, we'll continue on, and he'll see this, and we'll see what he thinks of some of these statistics and all of that. Next thing up, starting with Byron, just get the people talking and all of that. This was ask a question to a crew member. We're gonna start with the captain. Then Byron's gonna ask someone else, so we'll go around. Ask a question about a topic in their field or what was one of the favorite moments they covered in their field this year. Byron, you are very you're multiversal on this podcast, doing a whole bunch of different things.
I am.
So, what was the favorite thing you covered this year?
I really had to think about this because, like you said, I do cover a lot of stuff on this podcast. But I think the number one thing that I enjoyed covering was like what felt like the revitalization of superhero movies with like the release of Thunderbolts, Superman, and Fantastic Four this year. It was just like a feel good time on the podcast, just discussing those three superhero films. So I think that was like my favorite event / moments to cover this year.
All right. Well, shoot. Well, Byron, just like we were doing with the last podcast, the Anime League in season 1, pass the question along. Ask somebody. Keep it going.
I will ask this to Chuck. Chuck, what was your favorite moment or event that you covered this year?
Oh, definitely Crawford and Canelo. Being able to switch over and do a little bit of boxing also. It was fun. And then to kind of predict the fight, pretty much how it went, was nice too. So that was a little cherry on top.
All right. Chuck, pass it along.
Jake,
Yes, sir.
pass it along. What was your favorite moment?
Oh,
Cover.
favorite moment was I think just covering WrestleMania. That's always the fun one for the WrestleMania or for the wrestling podcast. It's always the biggest one. There's always such build up to it, and it's always a blast. That one, or probably the podcast I did after like I kind of took my hiatus there from the podcast there for a few months. So it was nice getting back into the rhythm of things and like doing podcasts again. I'd say that's probably my favorite stuff, but that's just pretty standard across the board. Just it's wrestling. Martin.
Oh, me.
We're going Martin. Martin, what was your favorite pod because you're on every single pod. What was your favorite pod that you were a part of this year? One of your favorite moments?
No pressure.
Yeah, don't screw up.
You're
well,
not going to offend anybody.
oh, I'm not worried about that. I mean, I can
Never.
You will offend me, pal.
no, I can pick certain points for everyone's that were some of my favorite. Like with Cedric and Byron, because we every Tuesday from August to February, when we were going to town on the coaching firings in college football. That was one of my favorite ones because I didn't know how mad I actually was getting until re-listening to some of those, and I was like, oh boy, and seeing people's passion in that was really, really, really good. I mean, Jacob and Byron. I mean, John Cena's final run the entire year.
Yeah.
That one was big. And then on top of final runs, Andrew, My Hero Academia's final run. Those were big. And then with Sarah, I mean, at the beginning of this year, covering the upsets that happened during the women's gymnastics finals. It was the most upsets that I've been able to see since I've gotten into like quasi. I'm not saying I cover it. Sarah covers it. I just help. But like getting into it and all of that jazz. Chuck's one, the Canoa one was cool, but introducing, if we don't have time for podcast, just like a quick hit one where it can like make into a YouTube short, get to the point across. So that's a cool thing I want to implement for everyone in the future when everyone's like super busy. And then with Chelsea, because she expanded a little bit. She got on a superhero podcast with Byron, so seeing her in a different element outside of pop culture was a good moment. All right. With that, Cedric, how about you, man? You hop on some different stuff too. What's some of your favorite things or favorite one?
Well, you took one of mine. 'Cause I was gonna say the coach is firing, but honestly, coming back to the anime league because I took a break for a while, just because honestly, I love watching anime. So, but being able to like actually sit there, pick and hear everyone's stories, like the last pod we did, was actually really fun, and it reminded me of just how much I really do enjoy just like the various opinions on anime, how people watch, and certain types of anime resonate differently with different individuals. So that was my favorite part of the pod this year.
Fair enough. Pick a person.
Shit.
Only the girls are left.
I was gonna say, I didn't want to assume that only the girls were left.
No, that's how it went. No, I was clocking it. Yep.
Well, since you spoke up, go ahead, Andrew.
That's crazy.
Thank you, I'm suffering from a little bit of recency bias, so I feel like the first two things that popped in my head was, like you mentioned, Martin, covering the last season of My Hero. I think probably the second to last pod in particular, because as things were wrapping up, I don't know if the emotion came through enough on the podcast, even though I know Byron chatted me about how long it was. But I think that might have been one of my favorites. Also, getting to cover the Demon Slayer movie, which was a little bit highly anticipated, very much look forward to, and I'm looking forward to doing the next one. But the third one that popped in my mind was actually getting to team back up with Chelsea again with our horoscope follow-up pod this year. So, woo! Yes. So those would be my top three moments, because I would put the Cedric, you just talked about it, the anime pod where we came up with our stories. I was a little bit in and out, and that's probably the only reason why I don't feel as attached to it, because there was a little bit of fall off and jump back on. So those are my top three. But I'll go ahead and kick it over to Sarah. What were your favorite moments or the favorite podcast you did this year?
I've got to say, I have my home team, Aggies all the way, Utah State, watching them come back and win the conference again after the really difficult year and unprecedented transfer and turnover that they had. I'm so proud of that. But like Martin said, the NCAA tournament this year was really, really fun to cover. And I think the highlight for me was the result, with Oklahoma winning again, wasn't that big of a surprise, but it was really cool to watch that team be in a rebuilding year and to work through a lot of adversity after last season, and also their adversity throughout the season this year. And then seeing them victorious, I feel like as viewers, we got to kind of experience OU's full range of experience and remember that they're human, but they're really, really amazing humans and still the best in the country. So looking forward to seeing what they do next season. And last but not least, Chelsea.
Hi.
What was your favorite part? What was your favorite moment and your favorite things to cover this year?
I honestly forgot 90% of everything that I did until I started hearing you guys talk about different podcasts again.
Oh, Jesus.
We this year was a better year for me. I feel like I redeemed myself from 2024, hopefully. I don't know. But probably the episode with Byron, Martin, and I about the superheroes and all of that good stuff. I was a little nervous about it because I didn't think I would be able to contribute that much to the conversation. And then I realized I actually had opinions and it was really fun. So that was one of my favorite moments.
Fair enough. Great job. Great job. Great moments. And we're going to highlight some of these throughout the podcast. So, obviously, the biggest thing, celebrating the 5-year anniversary that just passed this past August. So, 5 years of the L7C. So, I do want to give a round, well, he's not here, but I do want to give a round of applause to the people on here who have had 5-year anniversary episodes, and Jacob, Byron, and Cedric, because they were obviously on some of the first episodes, and obviously Mitch was the first, and just want to give you guys your flowers and all that, because if your episodes were ass, we wouldn't be here. So, thank you guys for setting the trail at the beginning.
It's been a fun 5 years. I still remember my first episode covering DC fandom back in 2020. That was a fun first episode to be on.
You remember your second episode?
No.
Power Rangers?
Was it OSU? Oh, Power Rangers, yeah. I was just trying to find that list earlier today. I could not find it.
I'll never forget that episode.
Yeah, girls.
I knew that was
yeah,
gonna come up.
yeah, Byron had no Power Ranger girls in his top
year.
10.
Every year it comes out.
Byron.
Dude, you gotta give yourself flowers. You can't just say yes without saying you. Like, I'm not trying to kiss your ass, but seriously, bro.
That's true. We wouldn't be here without you, Martin.
Yeah, for real.
I don't know about all that. Someone else could have organized the shit and all that jazz.
Oh,
here we go.
But they didn't.
But
they
would
did.
they have?
Yeah,
a
that's
lot of
the-
us could have, but would we have?
That's the thing. Someone else could have had
That's
the
the
little.
Or no cap, like since you're talking about like how this was created, like Elsa was talking about this stuff for like 2 to 3 years in college, and no one did anything until you put it together. So,
Well, to be honest with that too, it just got to a point because it happened in 2020, and at that point we all thought we were gonna die. So it's like, hey, we might as well start this shit before we go.
Oh.
So, I mean, that was also a huge motivating thing. Like, oh, we're not about to die without actually starting this thing. But no, in all seriousness, yeah, I do appreciate that. But again, like, I don't really want to call them out, but hey, we've known some people who started their own stuff by themselves and it failed. So I knew I couldn't start this by myself. I needed everyone, and it's worked out. I mean, with all the initial things that we covered, like Dragon Ball, wrestling, NBA was at a weird time because of COVID, and all of that, and it's just a progression. Like Mitch, Jacob, Cedric, Byron, and then Evan first, then starting, and then obviously she's not here, even though I'm seeing her this weekend. Obviously, the other Chelsea, Dr. Chelsea, like her being the first girl on opening that way, so then showing that the girls can do it too. With Chelsea Hepburn, Andrea, Cassie, Sarah, Chuck's wife Carly's been on a couple times, like stuff like that, and just expanding. Obviously, like Chuck having his own segment, getting into the fray, Nikki hopping on. So, I think we've had a pretty diverse group that we cover a whole bunch of different. That was the purpose. So it's like, hey, you can find one thing for you, and everyone's contributed great ideas to propel the podcast, because we're not anywhere without each of our contributions, big or small.
Okay, let me ask something here, because I got asked this earlier and I did not know this.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been 5 years that we've been doing
years.
this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
What does the level 7 crew actually stand for? Like, what is the meaning behind that?
Yes, Jacob.
It's a good
That's
question.
a great question. I'll let Martin explain it though.
Oh, that's
And he
actually.
came up with the name.
Yeah, this
That-
is some true good lore.
It's funny and it's also kind of petty. But
Oh, okay.
so for people who may not even listen to any of the podcasts, but you actually watch like our gaming content, which is highly entertaining. Check that out. Shout out to Chuck who commissions the L7C Dynasty Leagues and NCAA football. But it all started in the game Naruto to Boruto, Shinobi Striker, way back in the day. Obviously, we cover Naruto here pretty well. It was the weekend it came out. It was Labor Day weekend, and I had to go to Kentucky. And we were playing, and there were other people who were playing with, not just me, Cedric, and Byron, but other people who will never probably, Ryan Collins and Jeremy Beach, they were playing as well. And they were asking at this point, like, what levels is everyone at? And then, they were saying their levels, and then I was like, I'm only like level 7. And they were just like, oh, you'll get up there one day, big guy, pretty much like trying to big bro me type thing. So that always stuck with me because I was like, okay. And then obviously when I came back from Labor Day, I was playing like that game super religiously, especially with Cedric and Byron like 100% completed that game. So that's really where it came from because then I was just like, oh, this level 7 person, what level are you guys at? And I passed them both up. So that's where it came from.
Okay. I've got asked that so many times that I'm like, I have no idea. What do you guys cover? Literally everything. Oh,
Basically.
yeah. You want wrestling? You want sports? You want women's gymnastics? We have it.
Which is
Yeah.
also a sport, just to clarify.
That's true.
Sorry. My bad.
But yeah, that's how it and it's actually funny too because when you type in like the L7C podcast into like AIs and all that stuff and it gives you like the description of as it is loading up right now. It just talks about a diverse group of friends discussing a wide range of topics, making it accessible, engaging for various audiences. Talks about all the sports we cover, wrestling, anime focuses. The anime focuses on the L7C, Dragon Ball, Naruto, My Hero, blah, 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 pop culture, women's sports. This is all from AI, what they think the L7C podcast is.
Very accurate description.
That is so cool.
I saw that, I was like, holy shit, we made it to the AI description world.
That's what I was just thinking. I was like, dang, there's enough that they're putting it together. They're going through it all. Damn, that's awesome.
So, yeah. Any other questions you've had, Jacob? This is the perfect time to ask.
No, that's the only question I've had for 5 years. I've really never asked.
Well, hence why also, too, like, if you've ever... Obviously, they have their individual titles. Like, when podcasts start, Byron's the captain, Cedric's, like, the anime expert. But then there are also times where I, like, call them, like, the founders of the L7C because they were on my team when we were playing Shinobi Strikers. Hence why their founding status.
Heard.
So, yeah, that's really it. Any other questions anyone's got before we can do some more highlights of the year?
No, I just have a quick comment on
Go.
that in the sense of the name comes from the fact somebody made a comment to you, and that's your Scorpio pettiness revenge coming back out to hold on to that like that and make it part of our name. That's awesome.
Yeah, both of them are ass. That's the other thing, too. So it's like,
Oh man, come on, Martin. That's 5 years ago, man.
Hey,
No.
it's probably more than 5 years ago. So.
It really is more than it was like 2019.
Yeah.
because-
Right.
Dude, you've held on to that grudge longer than my marriage lasts. I'm proud of you.
That's crazy work, dude.
Jacob.
I almost spit out my drink, dear God.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, that's how the name came to be. And then obviously I knew the initial people throughout the years, I knew the initial people and then like other people along the way. So it all worked out. At the beginning of the year, January 27th, we finally hit the 10,000th play on the Spotify. So that was really, really cool. That was a big milestone achievement. We were here last year, basically like at 9 something, and we were like, oh, we're gonna get that early. Now, what I didn't foresee is that on Christmas Eve, we got to 11,000. So we had 10,000, no, 1,000. 1,000, am I reading that? Yeah, 1,000 plays in a year. So, great job. Because I did not think that was going to happen.
No faith.
Okay, I don't know about that. I mean,
Sounds like no faith to me.
I mean,
That's one way to look at it, I guess.
10 to 11 is a lot, man. Especially like there was
It
a time
is.
where we weren't doing that many, like in the summertime,
Mhm.
like. But that's a lot.
So, what's that breakdown? Why you math people? What's 1,300 divided by 365? Like, how many listens is that a day?
A day, bro? What? Oh well, Sarah's literally a match
I was gonna say it'd
PhD.
be 300 and some.
Take it up for PhD.
It's like 30, right? Or no. Yeah, 11. It's 11,000 divided by 365. That's roughly around 30 a day.
Is it 30? Oops.
I think so, yeah.
I will never question a PhD math person on math, so whatever Sarah says goes.
I don't know. I like to say I retired from being a math nerd because I finished my PhD.
You still got the thing hanging in your house somewhere, so it's not like it
That
just
is
disappears.
If I ever, I actually like this was funny. I went and visited my parents for the first time after I finished my PhD, and they had like a framed photo of me in my PhD garb. And we were playing Yahtzee, and I was struggling to add up my score. And my dad went over to the mantle and grabbed the photo of me and brought it over to me and was using it to gloat.
Classic dad move, yeah.
Yep. So it's a blessing and a curse.
So, Byron, I know. Well, Byron's always the optimist person because after we got to 10K, back when we first started, I used to post an update like every 101. But then once we got to 10, I was like, we're at the point I'll wait till we get to like the next 1,000. So, Byron, what was your thoughts when because you didn't, like, what were your thoughts when you saw that 11K post on Christmas Eve?
I was excited because, like you said, you have been posting, so I had no idea where we were listen wise. So when you posted that we reached 11,000, that was a huge moment.
And also with that too, that is with 117 episodes produced that were all strictly Spotify only, because we also had 5 live episodes. Those did not count towards that, so we're probably a little bit more than if we would have counted those. So we produced a total of 122 episodes this year from January to today.
A lot of episodes.
That is a lot of episodes.
A lot of good content.
Yeah, and then obviously, because shout out to you, Byron, and the EVP of the L7C who has the flu right now, Justin Akinil, for editing 117 episodes.
Hashtag where's Justin?
Sick with the flu.
Not all heroes wear capes. Thank
Nope.
you guys.
They wear headphones. Byron, have you ever sat there? I know Andrew brought up hers recent one, the one before her live one. Have you ever just sat there and saw it and you're just like, what the hell are they talking about that is this long?
Literally anything that's like an hour and a half to 2 hours, I'm like, what the hell are they talking about? And then I get to the point in the episode where like I think you are done talking. I'm like, all right, there's like 45 minutes left of this podcast. What else do they bring up?
Do you ever feel like
another
that?
Train start.
Do you ever feel like that when you're editing your own and they're long?
No. I've never gone over like individual episode. Like I've never gone over like an hour. Ours are usually like 45 minutes to an hour. So I've never.
What he's saying is he keeps it to the point.
I was about to say that, yeah.
I didn't say that.
Sorry.
Oh shit, that's hilarious. But no, I mean, without you and John, I mean, y'all editing the stuff and doing it in pretty decent speed so that it gets out so people actually care to listen to our stuff, since, you know, we live in that society. If we're not up to speed with the stuff, we'll get like zero plays. But let's start going through, as we broke it down a little bit now, like episodes, the top episode of each month, and then we'll start going through the awards and all of that. and talk about the crew members of those said months. So let's just get right into it. Top episode of January 2025 was the 2025 Royal Rumble preview with Jacob and Byron. February was tied. It was the Internet Explosion, Dragon Ball Daima episode 18, Mitchell Oso, and breaking down, even though Cedric wasn't on the shout out to Cedric, breaking down the Eagles beating the Kansas City Chiefs ass. Both that was made by Justin. Both the top episodes for February. The top episode of March, which I really liked the idea how everyone basically had a bracket, but the top bracket episode of March was which season ruled the bracket? MHA, Demon Slayer, Jujutsu Kaisen, Andrea and Byron. Top episode of April, Jacob, Byron, Justin, WrestleMania 41 preview. Top episode of May was Jacob's kind of quasi-return. Rest in peace, Sabu, WWE roster cuts, Backlash and more, Jacob. Top episode of June was Andrea Alanis with the River Rock 2025, meeting the legendary Sailor Moon and more. Top of July was Byron with your Superman review. The one after that, the next month after that, jeans and sorority dances should not be complicated or political. Sydney Sweeney's ad review and more. Chelsea Heppert. The next one after that, the next month, anticipation, incitement, pressure. Demon Slayer Infinity Castle Part 1 preview. Are we ready? Andrea and Byron. Jacob's return to the podcast was next. The State of the Wrestling World address was got us pumped or pissed about the wrestling world today. That was that month's one. The other one, the month after that, MHA Season 8 is here, reviewing the explosive first 3 episodes and who made MHA's top 100. Andrea Alanis. If the playoffs started today, who would be in? Justin Ackendale. November's one. Buckeyes handled Penn State, a Heather head coach fired. First CFB playoff rankings. The Content Tuesday crew of Justin, Cedric, and Byron. And the December one, Heroes Assemble, My Hero Academia's Endgame moment, the final smash, Andrea Alanis. So if you go through that, for top episodes of each month, Jacob had 4 months where he had the top episode. Mitchell had 1. Byron had 6. Justin had 4. Andrea had 5. Chelsea Heppert had 1. And Cedric had 1.
Good. Fuck Mitch. I beat him. Throw that on your Mexican cruise, pal.
So, Andrea, Cedric, Chelsea, Byron, Jacob, thoughts on having some of a top episode of the month or multiple?
I'm really shocked about that Superman one. Like I said, one of my favorite moments talking about the superhero summer. So it makes me feel good that they actually enjoyed that Superman episode that month.
Other thoughts?
Yeah, I'm a Byron. I feel shocked that I had anything because I feel like I didn't record at all this year.
So I would say with like the top episodes and stuff like that, just looking at past years trends, and it's really a group effort. It's the time in which we record, the time in which how quickly Byron and Justin can edit, and then how quickly I could put the episode out. Because when we talk about things that are like big in just pop culture, shout out Chelsea in general, those do well, especially when we put them out in like a decent time. Like Jacob, you said you didn't do as much, and you may feel like you haven't, especially in years past. But wrestling, you covered John Cena's final run on time. Like you covered his last Royal Rumble, his last WrestleMania, his last match. So you covered like all that stuff like in real time. Like Chelsea, for example, the Sydney Sweeney stuff, she covered that in real time. So there's no surprise that's the top episode. Andrea was covering the final season of My Hero Academia in real time. So there's no surprise like that's in there. Like when we did that college football one, in real time about the firings with Cedric, Byron, and Justin, or like Justin covering the Eagles beating the Chiefs' ass because people hate the Chiefs, so they were excited to listen. So it's just like, and then also too with Andrea and Byron, like the Demon Slayer stuff, that's in real time. So I feel like when we had a lot of big stuff that we covered this year that fit a lot of people's expertise and was reflected. That's usually how they reflect now.
Yeah.
Sure.
And then obviously Superman, that was the first Superman movie, individual Superman movie since 2013, Byron, so in real time.
True.
Andrew, thoughts on having 4 top month episodes?
I'm echoing Jacob in that I'm surprised that I had so many.
Actually 5. You had 5, I'm sorry.
And although the first couple, I believe, or the first and the third one was me and Byron. And
Two of them, you and Byron.
Yeah, I remember making a comment on this podcast at the end of last year that Byron's a special sauce. Because I think, Byron, you've been in the hunt for the number 1 episode, but what was
top
it?
10 episode.
There we go, top 10 episode. And
individual one.
it was individual,
Yeah.
but you were featured so many times with us, and so I had made that comment about Byron being, the special sauce, and so I feel like that just carries through for this year for me, since he's with me in almost half of the ones that were the most listened to for the month. So thank you, Byron.
You're welcome.
Chelsea, your thoughts on having a top 1 of the month episode?
I'm just excited because I feel like in 24, I don't think I had any, right?
Ooh, I can... Shit.
Pull up the stats.
Pull up the stats. No, not in 24, no.
See, and all I wanted to do, like, in 25 was just not redeem myself, because 24 was just really tough personally, but, like, I don't know, get back to the normal swing of things, and I feel like I accomplished that this year with the pod, so proud.
Fair enough. All right. Let's go then to awards. First one's already on the Instagram that was posted at 8 o'clock this morning. For the second year in a row, and the same episode, first time ever, the Spotify wrapped episode belonged to Jacob Mason about his episode about Bray Wyatt. Still very well listened. So Jacob, congratulations, Spotify wrapped 2 years in a row.
But we'll take it. I don't know who's still listening to it, but cool. We're going for a 3-peat.
So first buddy to do that. But then, all right, so these are all broken down. So podcast is just the ones that went on the Spotify one. So obviously started counting, and they were only the ones of 2025. So I only did a couple because I did so much other stats, but I have the 1, 2, 3, basically the top 4 episodes of the year podcast wise. So I'll start from 4 and work my way basically to 1. The 4th best episode of 2025 was Sydney Sweeney, Chelsea. 3rd best, MHA Endgame, Andrea. 2nd best, The Bracket Challenge, MHA Demon Slayer Jujutsu Kaisen, Andrea Byron. The number 1 listened episode that came out in 2025 was the Royal Rumble predictions, Jacob and Byron. Congratulations.
Let's go, boys.
Jacob and Byron, thoughts on being the number 1 ep of 2025?
Fuck you, Mitch.
Can't wait to make that into a short so you can just have that on repeat anytime. Byron, I know it's still not the number 1 by yourself, but...
It's not, but I'll take it. I'll take a number 1 episode for the year.
Fair enough. Jacob on the roll there. Next one was the YouTube episode of the year. This was the episode... Obviously, these podcasts get converted into YouTube once they're done on the Spotify. So this was the episode that was listened to the most on YouTube. And the one that was listened to the most on YouTube was UCLA makes a statement ranking Shake Up Women's College Gymnastics 2025 season month 2 recap. Sarah Bogan.
Okay, very exciting. I think gymnastics fans really kind of thrive on YouTube, so that makes sense to me. But yeah, that was a really exciting episode, and I'm really glad that the YouTube audience found it.
Fair enough. All right, now the YouTube live episode. These were the top episodes that were recorded live on the YouTube and the most watched ones today. So we'll just work. I have the top 5, but we'll work our way 5 to 1. Number 5, the Anime League Season 3 draft with the whole Anime League crew of Cedric, Byron, Andrea, Mitch, Nikki, myself, and Justin. Number 4, OSU versus Michigan preview. Cedric, Byron, Cedric, Byron, and Justin. Number 3, John Cena's final match review with Jacob and Byron. Number 2, the Anime League telling our stories, the entire Anime League. The number 1 live watched episode this year is the My Hero Academia series finale, Andrea Alanis. Congratulations.
Thank you. Wow, I really did not expect that, especially considering that was my first solo live. And Martin, you know how I feel about some of those.
And you talked for 2 hours.
Yes, cried a bunch. Not even all My Hero related, so that's a little embarrassing. But it's there. It lives on the internet forever. Sans editing. So I'm excited to maybe do more. And learn from having to watch myself back a little bit. But yeah, that's amazing. I really did not expect that. That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean,
Thank you, everybody.
The longest. I mean, you did it. I mean, again, that was your first one by yourself. And even though I just joked about it, you were able to talk 2 hours by yourself, and you had fans engaged in your during the podcast. So
that was really cool. That was a really cool experience.
So yeah, maybe more live ones on the way. YouTube short of the year. This is where some of the episodes are so good that they get made into some YouTube shorts. So there was the top 3, and we'll do the top 3. Number 3 was from Mitchell, Justin, and Byron. Hollywood needs to do better to compete with these anime movies. That was the Anime League episode where it was just those 3. Second one, the number 1 most popular character in the world for My Hero Academia was Bakugo. That was Andrea. The number 1 short with well over 1,500 views and counting. Will there be a upset in week 1 of college football, Alabama and Florida State? Justin, Byron, and Cedric, the top YouTube short of the podcast. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
Cedric, any thoughts on having the top short of the year?
Just forever grateful. So, thank you.
But no, I mean, these things ever change, like depending on the stuff that gets covered when it comes out and all of that stuff. But I would feel that all those people, you guys, everyone has them, but you guys have your niche audience. Like, I know we talked about the end of year, and not the last part, the end of My Hero, Andrew, when we were like, hey, now Andrew's going to reach her 5-year anniversary of her first episode in 2026. If you would have told her 5 years ago, like, you would have this little fan base who's propelling you to the top. And let's just call it what it is too. I mean, you're a lady talking about anime, and you're like giving your like real thoughts. You're not even trying to do any fluff bullshit in between, not doing any like hot tub streams talking about it or anything like that. Hey, we're just being honest. We're just being honest here. Like, they're coming to listen to you. I mean, you're not even doing the extracurricular bullshit.
I was gonna say, we're not doing the boob tube stuff.
No, not doing boob tube, not doing not doing any of
OnlyFans
that to
anime.
get your yeah, like none of
Oh,
that. They're
man.
coming for like your honest thoughts and all of that. So again, that's a big accomplishment that you don't got to do that stuff.
Absolutely, that is a great perspective. I mean, it's one of those things where you don't think about it until it's in front of you, because it was never, a consideration. It's not like anyone threw that out there as an idea. I've never thought about doing that. So it is a valid point, though, because obviously the way our society is, and the rise of OnlyFans within these last 5 years, I feel. So like it is a relevant comment. I just never thought about it. But yeah, that does feel really good to know that, everyone's coming to listen to what we think about the different anime that we talk about. And I do want to give a special shout out. I kind of forgot. I'm sorry, Chelsea. I'm excited for our follow-up episode from where Martin and I kind of gave you some anime recommendations during a podcast. So hopefully for 2026, I'm thinking. But it is really nice to know that there isn't any sort of doubt. You're right when it comes to why people are showing up to listen, because there is no extracurriculars, as you call it.
Yeah,
to any of us, actually.
Yeah, to any of us. But I mean, just in the society thing, particular to the ladies in general, like yourself, like, I mean, Chelsea's like talking about, like, you see some of the other people talking about pop culture, and you're just like, okay, it's like Cleavage Show USA down there. So it's just like, and again, they're coming for Chelsea. They're coming like to listen to y'all, like actually listen to your inputs instead of just be like, see hot girl, see hot tub, all that. And Chuck and Byron, they know from the games, especially Chuck. Chuck knows from the gaming world too. Like, that's how they get the views.
Listen, I'm not above showing my tits to get more views for the L7C. I'm just putting that out there right now.
I mean, the next year is wide open for you, Jacob. No shame in your game. Absolutely not.
That's on a podcast we do on YouTube. It's out.
I feel like they'd flag us.
Maybe. Well,
Maybe.
I mean, he's a guy, so probably not.
Man,
No,
don't
it's
ask
fine.
Cedric and Byron. YouTube's flagged our shit for less.
Ooh, okay.
For way less.
Oh, Sarah cocked her head too, so I'm like, wait, what? Like, what?
Yeah, I want to hear more information about you. What YouTube
One of
flags.
our lives for Dual Day got flagged because we were using copyrighted music, even though it wasn't copyrighted.
I think the worst one is when they said it was copyright music for our fucking intro that Justin made.
Yes, that was probably the worst one.
Copyrighted
like,
by y'all. They just
Who
forgot to
does
check by
that?
who.
Thanks, YouTube.
That
Also,
was crazy work.
I think one of Chelsea's got flagged for like political
Yep.
thing, but we weren't talking about politics. at
Oh,
all,
which
so-
one was that?
Interesting.
Was that
I got
Bama?
flagged.
Yeah,
I think that was a sorority rush. one.
Bama Rush.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, and Sydney Sweeney probably.
No,
She
that
was-
one did it, and that one
That
actually,
one did not get flagged.
It didn't?
Really?
probably because we put jeans. But the Bama Rush one got flagged, and going back, that was the Spotify Rap episode of 2023.
I'm
Yeah.
so honored to have been flagged.
No, it's annoying. It's annoying.
It
No,
really
my
is.
ego just shot up.
Yes, Chelsea.
Because then you have to send the thing, and then I'm texting Cedric and Byron. I'm like, bro, we got flagged. And then Cedric's like, for what? And then like YouTube, we're sending the response back. And I was like, how did you, especially going to Byron's Dual Day one, how did you flag us for the music that was literally used every other Dual Day one, and it was never flagged? Like, what? And then how are you flagging us for our own intro beat? And you're saying that it's flagged because it's made by J500500. Who's the fucking producer? His name's on the damn thing.
Yeah, that was a
Oh,
wild one.
That was crazy. But yeah, Chelsea, Chelsea, they said you were spreading some rhetoric on that Bama Rush one. You were one of them
Well-
people.
I had thoughts and opinions.
Man, YouTube wasn't aligned with those opinions then, but Spotify said, hey, you're the top star of the year 2023, so it worked out. Somehow.
Hey, A win is a win.
I'm actually surprised Jacob's stuff hasn't been flagged more, in all honesty.
Yeah, has my stuff ever been flagged?
No, even though you talk
I
about
don't think
blood
no.
muddy Saudi Arabia. Like,
That's just part of the podcast.
Chuck's one's never been flagged, even though, well, there was one where, we're basically calling John Jones a domestic abuser, but that one never got flagged. So
I'm speaking facts.
Sarah never curses, so sure stuff never gets flagged. She might get some. No, you
I
don't.
feel like I was intentional about dropping some F-bombs this year. I tried.
You don't have.
I tried. I really did.
I mean, it makes it easier for when I have to put the episodes. Like, I don't have to, like, second guess putting, like, the explicit thing on the Spotify thing. Oh my God, Sarah, just pass it through. I don't have to be like, how many F-bombs? Did we reach the count for the explicit thing? Oh, no.
What's the count?
Bro, look, just tell me the person and I could tell you if it gets there or not.
I have hit the count.
Oh, college football, I almost have those pre-explicit. I almost have that ready to go.
No, I probably hit the count.
By yourself?
Yeah.
Not by yourself.
Oh, okay.
College football, yeah, that's just Justin NFL, yep. Mitch Dragon Ball. Depending on the topics, like these holiday ones, he hasn't been so bad. Chelsea's is not even something because of the cursing. It's just because of the content. Like, we're talking about Sydney Sweeney, like, genetic genes and her looking, like, Bama Rush, like, the sorority girls, and, like, Britney Spears is framing stuff and talking about, like, conservative shifts and all that. And then when we're just frankly, it was like, hey, people love Sydney Sweeney because she's blonde, beautiful, all that. And then we go into all that, so, Jacob, every episode.
Yeah.
Andrew is like 95% because Andrew, you do curse a lot on these episodes. So.
I do. To steal Chelsea's tagline, I have thoughts and feelings and opinions. So yeah, they fly. They do.
Chuck is usually okay, but then when he gets passionate, he just starts letting them rip, especially when a fighter pisses him off. Then it's bad. Yes. Then Chuck just hits it in one sentence.
Oh yeah. It can flow. It just depends. It has to be something that pisses me off.
And then when Nikki's on with the group, he curses a lot too. But Evan doesn't. Poe really does. I mean, Poe will curse when she's talking when a man thinks just because they're a man they're better at sport than women. Then she starts cussing. Mm-hmm. Then that's when she starts letting them fly.
Valid.
I'm surprised Cassie's return didn't get flagged because we were talking about something right in, like, with autism and Robert F. Kennedy talking about, like, Tylenol gives autism. Like, I'm surprised that didn't get flagged. That went through fine, so. But at this point, I've never said you can't talk. I've never told anyone they can't talk about something. So I truly don't care. So you just have to have your opinions organized. Because Cassie was like, are you going to be okay with me getting political? I was like, I don't care. What are they going to do? They got other shit to worry about.
Well, you're saying if I say, let's talk about the Epstein files, we can?
Let's do it.
So, actually, I was actually prepared for that. But
Of course you were.
the only thing I would say with that, because I do also want our stuff to be listened, that stuff like the Diddy situation, is we got to do it closer to when it actually happens. We can't talk about it, like, months after. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So yeah, Chuck, if something else crazy happens within a month, you just gotta.
Something will.
50 Cent drops another documentary.
You could talk about it. There you go.
Bet.
Any other content people want to try and get approved now?
Pre-approved.
Byron.
Oh my God.
Jacob.
I mean, there's other stuff I'd like to do, but like nothing like that's bad per se. Like I would love to do like a men's mental health episode.
That's a good one.
That's a great one, yeah.
Like that.
Absolutely love that, you know. That's one that I'd be real passionate about.
Because I've also, when we get to goals and stuff, one of my things this year, because I mean, everyone here has a way to reach me. Some people more ways than one. But I've gotten to the point where I don't really need to reach out to anyone. If y'all want to do episodes, like you can just tell me like, hey, I'm ready to do it. Obviously, Jacob, we went through that this year when you needed a break, and I was just like, hey, you tell me when you're ready, and we'll get it going. There's no pressure to get it on. Now, like Jacob, if we were like at 10,999, I would have been like, hey, Jacob, can you just drop something to get us to 11K, please? Like something like that. But like, no. I've at this point now, like, y'all tell me when y'all are doing something, we figure it out. Chuck's done a really good job this year. Like, hey, this stuff's going on. Can we schedule a pod? All for it. Jacob took his break because of stuff in his personal life. Whenever you're ready to come back, all for it. Chelsea and herself, like when she had to go across the country, hey, I want to record as much pods, because that was September when she had the month, because she had 4 pods come out in that month. So it's like, hey, you let me know what you want to talk about. We'll get it on the calendar. I don't really have to reach out to y'all. Y'all do it. Some people like Cedric and like Byron, they know from August to basically January, Tuesday, 8:30. And then any other breaking news shit in between. But yeah, these get scheduled enough that people have wiggle room, and you guys are all good enough that you can reach out and whatever y'all want to talk about, we can make it work. Speaking of that, so like Sarah, what's been going on? You didn't want to like text me back for like 2 months. What happened?
I know, it's been rough. It's been 2025 has been one of my hardest years personally, which I thought finishing my PhD was going to be hard, but turns out being a federal employee, speaking of politics, in the year 2025 was pretty tough. But yeah, I think I'm going to be ready to jump into covering the next season of gymnastics. So college gymnastics doesn't really happen for the second half of the year, so that the off season corresponded well with my needing a break. So
no, it's fine. I was just wondering. I was like, is this girl dead? Like, what is happening? But then you would like. I was like, oh. But then you would like when the like Facebook would tell it's someone's birthday. And I'm like, she's just not dead. She's just not answering my shit. So I'm like, all right. So I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I've been self-isolating as a coping mechanism a little bit.
You're
but
fine.
I do appreciate you reaching out.
It was concerned. I asked Courtney, I was like, is Sarah dead? She's like, no. I was like, how do you know? But no.
Well, we're all happy you're alive and well and with us today.
Yes. I appreciate it. I appreciate that.
But no, I was just like, man, I thought the gymnastics season got canceled that I didn't know about. So, I had to scour like the gymnastics little Reddit pages. Like, is the season happening? Because, usually this is when Sarah's like, we need to do the preview. We need to do this and that. And I'm like, well, she hasn't started anything. So,
yeah. Well, the other problem is I live in Florida where we don't have seasons. It's just like melting your brain hot all the time. And it's December and it's still melting your brain hot. So, I mean, I thought it was still summer.
What is the temp over there right now? Just
actually, the past couple days have been really nice. It's been like 70. Nice. But like last week, it was like 84. It was madness.
Same.
Yeah.
I don't live in the hot places.
So what part of Texas are you in?
I'm so I live in San Antonio, but currently right now I'm at home, like where I'm from, which is South Texas near the border. So Christmas was like 85.
Jeez. Whoa.
And we've gotten a cool front these last 2 days. Yesterday, high of like, 54? Today, high of 50, and the sun was out. And I know from my time in Columbus, y'all can vouch, 50 with the sun out versus 50 cloudy and windy are 2 totally different temperatures. So it's been nice these last 2 days, and we're about to go back up to 70. So, yeah.
You guys are making me sad.
Come visit, Chelsea.
I'm pale and
don't
I'm
want
cold.
to come to Texas.
Yeah, anyone is welcome anytime in South Florida. I have a spare room, so
Okay.
I'll show you the Everglades.
All right.
Can I pet an alligator?
Yes.
Chelsea.
Well, yes. We can go a place where you can pet an alligator.
You're a little ass
Okay,
ain't petting no alligator.
I've got 2 hands and a dream. I'm gonna pet an alligator.
Okay.
She can afford to lose one. It'll be okay.
No. What?
And like the babies, like there are places
Yeah,
you can
it's
go.
always
You can pet
the babies.
It's like they can't hurt you.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
See you next week.
All right, so we're going to go into the winners, losers, and goals section. I think only Cedric and Byron have ever done these on their podcast. This was started by Justin Ackendell, which has become a very fan favorite at the end of college football and NFL podcasts. So you could pick a winner and loser from anywhere, any subject that you want to highlight on the podcast. It could be something you cover. It could be anything. We've had everything from like animes to TV shows to movie stars to politicians, where we're just like, oh, you were a winner, you did great, or you were just ass. And then you can name that, and then you can name a goal you got for the year. So let's start off, because these two are used. Let's start off with the Captain Byron.
Do you have any winners or losers?
You got no one?
But actually, I'm not going to shout out this player because we're at Chris Olave for having a resurgence as a Saints wide receiver in the later half of this year. I didn't think the Saints were going to amount to anything, but they've been on a 4-game win streak, which is impressive because our team is not that good. And one of the contributing factors has actually been the rookie we drafted, Tyler Shuck. He's actually had a great last 3 games, and Chris Olave shake off that 2024 rust when Derek Carr was our starting quarterback. And also shout out to Drew Brees for being a finalist for Hall of Fame.
All right. What's your goal for the 2026?
Goal for 2026 is to have 100 followers on Spotify. Right now we're at 67, so we just need 32 more, and then 2,000 subscribers on YouTube. I think we're like at 1.6 thousand. So
I like it.
I think just increasing our following count for next year is one of my goals for us.
Fair enough. Cedric, goals, winners, losers.
I'm going to copy Byron's goals because when he says those numbers, they sounded really impressive. So I'm going to copy his goals. As far as winners, I'm going to try to be positive in 2026 and end the season good. I ain't going to say no losers because I spent a lot of this year just calling a lot of people losers. So I'm going to focus on winners. Well, shout out to my guy 50 Cent, man. You know, one, pettiness, I love to see it at times. 2, to actually put something out there, knowing that whatever, I guess, celebrity backlash you may get because naturally you're exposing an individual who is involved or was involved with a bunch of things that involve that community as a whole. And so putting that footage out there, knowing that you're now on everyone's radar, is like, well, we may not want to invite 50 Cent to this event because 50 Cent may make a documentary about us. Having the courage to just say, I really don't care about any of that, and still put out that Netflix documentary takes a lot of courage. And so I want to highlight my guy 50, man. Good job, Curtis. Way to be.
I love it. All right, Jacob, winners, losers, and a goal for next year.
All right, losers. My first 2 microphones that I've had this year, absolutely terrible. Winners, getting the Blue Yeti, finally just going like, hey, what microphone are you guys using? Because mine suck. It's bad when your new microphone, my second one, sounded worse than my old microphone. That was terrible. Also losers, Mitch, because I beat him on the month top thing, so that was pretty dope. Also winning. Also, dude, big shout out to you, Martin. The shit I went through this year, and dude, you were so fucking cool about everything. So fucking having you in my corner on shit, that was fucking winning on a legitimate note. So thank you for that.
Anytime, man. You ain't the only one whose bullshit I deal with on this damn podcast. I can tell you that. So,
goals. I mean, I hit on it earlier. I would just love to get a group of the guys in here, talk about men's mental health. We all know it's shit. Just is what it is. That would be my goal for next year. I would love to do that stuff.
And we can make that definitely happen. Let's go to Sarah. Winners, losers, and goals.
Yeah, so I think the biggest winner here is Mitch because he's on a boat right now. And none of the rest of us are. In the gymnastics world, unfortunately, the losers are a lot of the kind of on the rise programs have really been affected by coaching changes and by funding reallocations, and so the California Bears have really been on the rise, but they had their coaches poached. So their coaches are now at Clemson after another shakeup there. So that'll be interesting to play out, and hopefully we don't end up with just the same Final Four year after year after year and nobody breaking in. So hopefully that won't be leading to any losers in terms of us enjoying the season. And then as far as goals, gymnastics-wise, I'm actually thinking with the YouTube presence, I think it might be fun to do a YouTube live, maybe doing our bracket episode for doing my bracket unveil and Martin's bracket unveil live on YouTube. That would be really fun and a good way to keep it current. And I think I said this last year, but I would love to do a Doctors of the Pod or Doctors of the Crew. So get Chelsea and Cassie and Juris Doctorates too, Cedric. Am I missing anybody? Are there any others?
No, those are the 4.
Yeah, I'd love to get us together. Maybe around like grad school application time or grad school decision time. I think it'd be interesting to reflect on our experiences.
Fair enough. Chuck.
Oh wait, all right, you can hear me. Losers. I say the monitor that fell on my head when we were recording.
Oh, that was bad. That was bad.
That was a loser. Winners. Oh, man. Everyone. Anyone going into 2026 is a winner.
That's fine.
Great.
And a goal, get my YouTube actually to 100 subscribers. We're at 56. I was surprised we even got to 56. We can get that to 100. That's the goal for next year. And then the usual goals, parenting, as always.
Fair enough. And then on Chuck's YouTube, for the people listening to the YouTube, even if you go on the L7C's YouTube and you look at the featured people at the bottom, Chuck is the first one listed. So you could just click on Chuck's one there and subscribe there. It also has the other L7C members who have their own YouTubes that post like college football stuff. It has Cedric's personal YouTube there. It has Nikki's personal YouTube. It has Chuck's wife Carly's personal YouTube when she posts gaming and all of that. And it also does have our friend of the pod, the Smith Boys YouTube. So you can just go there and click on their YouTubes and subscribe. And I know you find them through us or you find us through them, and you got the whole 9-bit. All right. Chelsea, winners, losers, and goals.
I would say losers are people with bad filler and Botox. And then it's 2025/6. There are better doctors out there doing it. I'm sorry, find them. And then winners, I would say pop music / like the subgenres of pop. I feel like we had a really good year with artists just being super experimental. And I'm excited to see what 2026 brings with that. And then goals, I guess, I don't know, could be back in the top spots again. It was nice being back, so I want to keep that going for 26.
All right. Andrea?
First thing that popped in my head for losers was Jake Paul and Andrew Tate.
You could say that. You could say that. This is winners and losers is a free thing.
taking
Yes, it is.
their L's. Oh, I was so satisfied. I normally feel a little weird like naming actual people because loser. To me, it's a strong word to say. I don't like to say that often, but oh, did my soul feel so happy knowing that they both lost their fights. Anyway, winners, I would say all of us that survived 2025. I'm hearing a theme all around within this podcast, and I know across the entire country of general roughness can be just within the political sphere. My mom's a federal employee, Sarah, so I got that on her side a little bit. There was some personal stuff for me this year that's been hard. I'm fingers crossed, one of my goals, not that I have any control over it, but fingers crossed that 2026 is a little bit lighter for myself and for all of us. After hearing, it sounds like most of us have. It's a big accomplishment that we made it through 2025. So I'd say we're all winners there. Another goal, Sarah, I have not forgotten, because last year on the pod, you also mentioned wanting to do one together with your Yuri on Ice expertise or knowledge, and I still haven't watched it yet, but it is in the back of my mind. I will hit you up when we get there, I promise.
Okay, awesome. I still would love to do that. And it's especially timely with the Winter Olympics coming up next month.
Yes.
So.
Okay, awesome. I think that's me. I think I'm the only one.
Yeah, that's you.
I would winners wise, again, just shouting out because he had to leave because of some stuff. Chuck, Cedric, and Byron, branching out and posting their own stuff, even if it's just gaming, but still putting the L7C's like stuff on that. Especially Cedric. Cedric's there posting some stuff, getting thousands of watches and all of that on his stuff, and they see that he has the L7C thing in his bio, and they might click on that and then go to the pod, and then vice versa. So definitely shouting out, you guys branching out to all of that. I would also say winners, because it also ties into a goal I always have. Different combinations of people doing pods together. Again, this was like the first, like Andrea and Byron, you guys did multiple pods. The most pods you guys have done together, just the two of you in a year. So like when it's like just specifically to you, not just like, oh, it's the whole anime league and then people can't do it for whatnot. Like it was just specifically the two of you and doing that. And man, just the different stuff, and not afraid to share opinions on topics, because again, like Chelsea talked about the Sydney Sweeney stuff. I mean, you could agree or disagree, but she spoke her mind about that. So I would say, yeah, winners of that. Losers, man, I would say sometimes, as Cedric and Byron know from every Tuesday, I am a huge person getting caught in the comment section of anything. So that is one of my no, I don't, not a specific one, but man, if I could just make a highlight video of all the Twitter losers I did in 2025, it would take the cake, because they were saying some pretty dumb shit across the whole thing of just stuff that's untrue. Like, I mean, Andrew, I told the guys about one of them, like, people thinking Shigaraki could beat Pain, asinine. God, like Jake, some people saying blood. God, Saudi Arabia going there is just a great old thing for the world, asinine. And then people who comment on our stuff and don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Those are always great, but again, I respond because they watch the stuff, so I feel like we're entitled to respond. So yeah, some of those comments we get are sometimes kind of crazy. Nothing will ever beat 2023 when they thought we were racist. Nothing will ever beat that. I'll hold on to that one for the rest of my life.
Ooh, hold on. I need a backstory here. I do not know this story.
It was one of our Naruto What If battle ones. It was the Raikage versus Seven Gates. No, it was my guy. It was the my guy one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and we said like Seven Gates, my guy probably could take it. And then the person's like, "Oh, you're just picking my guy because you're racist." And we're like, "What the hell?" I'll never forget that one. So That one holds. That one holds.
Because did y'all respond to that one?
Absolutely. I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
because how did you respond? Because
Oh man,
I
I
don't
forgot.
remember.
I would have to look back on that one. Like,
It said they're black, Andrew.
that's why I was like, I'm pretty
That is
sure.
That's
Are you
what
guys
was
just stating
said.
the obvious here?
Like, they said, "Do you know that we are black?"
Thank you. I was like, that's part of the funniest part. Because y'all actually responded being like,
oh, the
No.
Naruto ones bring the most crazy comments.
true.
The craziest shit whatsoever. And then some people saying like, I remember like someone said, "Oh, I don't know why the Sydney Sweeney thing is like such a big deal. She's not even that cute." I'm like, all right, dude. All right. What are we doing here? But and then goals. Just continue on like we got a really good flow going. Like continue just mixing and matching. Even if the stuff doesn't make sense, I do want to see like some stuff return kind of that were in the top stuff. Like Cedric, I know you did this last year. That was one of the top things. Like the food one, like just reviewing like food places in the city. I think that'd be a real cool subsection thing to do, especially when football's over. Like I think that'd be really cool. And like Chelsea like goes to food places, and I've talked to Chelsea about reviewing like wine places in the city,
Ooh.
like stuff like that. And then just like mixing and matching people and just keeping that. I mean, I do think one down the line will always be the overarching goal is doing a live podcast at a convention. That will always be the
Yes,
one of the final like
Oh
goals.
yeah,
that'd be awesome.
that'd be fun.
So, yeah. All right. So typically, I always close the show, but the end of year podcast goes to the people who won the awards. So y'all get to close this out. So we'll start with the Spotify Wrapped winner, and he's the podcast episode winner. Jacob, final thoughts. Start with you.
Final thoughts. Apparently it's been a shitty year for everyone in personal lives, but we did apparently pretty good on the podcast. So hey, silver linings in every cloud. We'll take it. That's a win. No, what's there to say that I haven't already said? Like, Martin, you're the man. Byron, you're the man. Sarah, Andrea, you're the man. Chelsea, you're the man. Everyone else, like, I don't know what to say. Like, hey, good job, people. Like, keep up the good work. Glad you're all still here. Sarah, glad to hear you're not dead. Like, yeah, pass it on to the next one. I don't know what the hell I'm saying at this point.
Fair enough. The other person who was part of the podcast episode of the year, Byron. And the YouTube short. Yeah, and the YouTube short of the year. Mm-hmm.
Thank you to everyone that listened to our podcast throughout the year. We had 122 episodes for your listening pleasure, 117 recorded, and 5 live. So just thank you for watching us for the last 5 years and listening to us. We love what we're doing, and we're excited to keep doing it in 2026.
Yeah, and I don't know who. This is literally the last episode of the year. I don't know who the hell is the first one of 2026. It's either probably Jacob, Sarah, or Chuck because UFC's going to Paramount. I don't know who's first. Or it might be Byron because of all the stuff, but we'll continue on. It is now the YouTube episode of the year winner, Sarah Bogan.
Yeah, I say this every year, but I do just want to reiterate, I have mad respect and massive appreciation for the gymnasts because we talk about schools, we talk about coaches, we talk about the NCAA, we do all of that. But at the end of the day, it is the gymnasts that are putting their bodies on the line and who dedicate their lives to this sport that doesn't necessarily have a professional career at the end of it. So yeah, mad respect to the gymnasts always. Yeah, and just again, thank you to everybody on the crew and especially our captain for being there every episode. So,
Well,
and
Byron's
best
Byron's the captain. I just work behind the scenes.
He's
Byron's the
our
leader.
moderator.
Yeah, Byron's the leader. He's the leader of the podcast.
Oh, my
I'm just
bad.
here. You're fine. I just do all this.
Moderator,
There
captain and moderator. Yes.
Yeah. And also shout out to Justin because he also edits all the other shit too. So can't do it without him. But perfect. YouTube live episode of the year winner, Andrea.
Sorry, my dad's calling me like literally right now. Could somebody else take it and then I'll like jump back on?
Sure. Chelsea, just make some shit up.
Speaking on Andrea's behalf, I'm sure she would say that it was a really good year and she's excited to do more pods. Um, she's excited about the future horoscopes and full moons and all of that good stuff. And probably something about anime, which I also have been slacking. I haven't watched any of the ones that were on my list, just because I re-put on Gilmore Girls and I've been in my depression show era for the winter season, but I will get back on it. Is she back yet? Because I could keep talking.
I'm back. So yeah, sorry, Chelsea.
Perfect.
And no worries. Actually, ironically enough, I did start watching Gilmore Girls this year out of nowhere. I've never seen it before.
What?
I still need to finish. Yes. So we could do a pod where we get my thoughts on it if you'd like.
Oh,
I still
hell
haven't
yeah.
finished yet. But anyway,
Martin, we'll be texting you.
Okay, perfect. I was gonna start by obviously thanking everybody that listens, and encouraging during more lives that people interact, or even just leaving comments on any of the other platforms of our podcasts. I'm extremely grateful for everyone's patience with me this year, because I know we've already talked about it. I don't want to beat a dead horse about difficulties, but I really appreciate the flexibility that was shown and the grace that was shown. So thank you guys so much. And I don't know, I just thank y'all, the founders, for putting all of this together, because I know I've mentioned this to Martin a couple times, and I think I've said it on recorded podcasts before, but I'm not exactly sure what my life would look like now without getting connected with y'all and doing this podcast. So thank you guys for having the idea to start and then putting it forward during the pandemic and bringing me in. So thank y'all so much. Y'all have done a lot for me, and the continual fans have done a lot for me, and the successes that I've been able to have with the My Hero podcast and the Anime League and all that good stuff. So just thank you, everybody, all around.
And then the last person who was on the YouTube short episode of the year closing this podcast, Mr. Cedric Ware.
As always, thank you guys so much for your contributions. Honestly, none of this can be done without the various different topics that we talk about. Thank you to Martin and Byron. And Justin. Hopefully you feel better, my guy. Thank you to the listeners. I mean, honestly, could say 5 years reflecting, never thought that if this was going to keep going, that it'd be going for 5 years, in all honesty. And that I forget how many countries. I know Austria was one of them that were listening.
Yes.
We're going international so far.
Yeah, we got we have a lot of that used to be the beginning of the pod where I used to send you all the different things. But real quickly, for people who just want to look, you can just look on the Instagram. But our top 5 countries that listen to us: United States, Australia, Argentina, United Kingdom, India.
Yeah, so that's just truly impressive that people are coming to listen to the different content and the different creators here on the L7C, not just in America, but all over the world. And honestly, just grateful for your time and keeping us and making us a part of your